Hello everyone. So today we're going to talk about solving limits using algebra, or in other words, determining limits algebraically. Okay, so this is the real importance as far as limits are concerned. This is the true power in finding a limit. So beforehand we were finding limits looking at a graph, and so it was hard to really see what's the importance of this because here, if you just look at a graph, then you understand the behavior around each point because you can physically see it. Whereas now, just introducing the idea of limits, getting a feel for limits, if I give you a function and I want to know the behavior around a point, I can now just say, okay, well, I want to find the limit as x approaches whatever point you're looking around. And then being able to solve that algebraically will tell you the answer, and that will be a lot more useful in terms of figuring out the behavior around a function without having to graph it. Okay, so that's like part of the real significance and importance of why we study limits, is that when you go into studying limits algebraically, it will just instantly, using algebra without having to graph the function, tell you what's happening around that point that you're looking at. Okay, so our discussion on continuity is actually going to lead into how to determine limits using algebra. All right, so I want you to recall the formal definition of continuity. And so I said to you last time that if f is continuous at x equals c, then the limit as x approaches c of f of x is equal to f of c. And so that means you can just plug in c for x into the function and that will give you the limit. So here I want to compute the limit as x approaches 2 of x to the fourth plus 6x minus 7. And so you want to recall that polynomials are continuous on all real numbers. And so that means that I can just plug in 2 into the function and that will give me the answer in terms of the limit. So here I'm going to plug in 2. And so when I do that, I get 16 plus 12 minus 7, which is equal to 28 minus 7, which is equal to 21. And so that's what the limit is as x approaches 2 of x to the fourth plus 6x minus 7.